Roland catches a curb and spins across the gravel. Luckily enough though, he avoids the walls and can continue on undamaged. By lap 10, Wicks has closed in onto the back of Gatzella and is starting to harry him for 5th position. A spin at turn 3 costs Bayes a position to Ryan. Morris has back marker troubles with a spinning Thomas and can't avoid a collision. Babby also has to avoid the Synergetic. On lap 20, Tanskanen pits from the lead and re-emerges at the head of the field, as Canapino has already pitted a lap before. Morris, Bebby and Wicks also pit on the same lap and give Gatzella a clear rise to 3rd. Tanskanen and Canapino are both lapping quickly at this stage of the race, the gap between 1st and 2nd remaining roughly 3 to 4 seconds. Parker is having a lonely race, but by all means not uneventful. Spinning in front of the leaders is one way to get yourself noticed on your debut. Gatzella's quest for a podium position comes to an end abruptly, losing his rear wing after spinning in front of Roland. The CSG driver having nowhere to go. The fast chicane at the back of the track is a good place to observe different driving styles, Parker using as much of the road as possible, and Wicks catching a slide. At the midpoint of the race, Tanskanen leads Canapino, Morris, Babby, Wicks, Parker, Ryan, Roland, Lichtenstein and Bayes. By lap 32, Morris is slip-sliding his way around the track, clearly struggling with his set of tyres, as Babby and Wicks behind him start to reel him in by over a second per lap. On lap 38, Canapino makes his final pit stop and maintains 2nd place ahead of Morris. Morris is a lap ahead of Ryan at this stage of the race, but holding the Woods driver up. On lap 40, Tanskanen makes his final stop for the day and emerges with a healthy lead over closest rival Canapino. From 3rd place, Morris also heads for the pits. With Babby pitting a lap later, and Wicks again a lap after him, the 3 drivers are now separated by under 6 seconds. By lap 45, Babby has now caught Morris and is starting to look for a way past the CSG, as Wicks edges closer to the pair of them to make it a 3-car fight for the final step of the podium. By lap 47, all 3 drivers are covered by just 1 second. Babby gets a run on Morris and is able to nudge his way past the CSG. Morris, also losing a position to Wicks in the process. Wicks now has his chance to attack Babby for third. But as Wicks gets closer to the Argentinian, he suffers from understeer, and Morris is able to capitalise on this and retake fourth. By the end of the lap, Wicks is out of the battle for third, eliminating himself with a rare, costly mistake, which sees him crawling back to the pits for repairs that take 2 minutes and drop him 2 laps down. A determined Morris retakes third place from Babby at turn 3 on lap 49, forcing his way through in a move which costs the Argentinian his front wing. Parker has kept himself out of trouble in the second half of the race, and here passes an ailing Wicks for 5th place. Bayes is the final retirement of the afternoon, brake failure the cause for his demise. With the 10th place at the end of the race, Gexella has salvaged a point for Oz Racing on the team's debut. Liechtenstein and Yellowbirds score their first Super League points with a 9th place finish, after Wicks passes them for 8th late in the race. A miscalculation on fuel for Roland means the CSG driver has to do a splash and dash with a couple of laps to go. He still manages to bring his car home in 7th place. In his first start for the Woods team, Ryan has climbed back up to 6th by the flag. Parker records a good 5th place finish on his and ST Racing's debut. Taking 4th place at the flag is Babby, despite having a late race pit stop for a new front wing. Morris secures the last step on the podium, having fought hard for it in the latter stages of the race. Canapino has driven a superb race to claim 2nd place. The Argentinian racing team are thoroughly delighted with their results today, 2nd and 4th place giving them the lead in the team's championship. But after last year's heartbreak of retiring on the final lap from the lead with an engine problem, Tanskanen puts his demons to rest and claims victory down under in Australia for Nordjern Racing to get his 2010 championship challenge off to the perfect start.